Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. We were discussing the lesson division, right? So in today's class first, let us learn the mistakes that we make in division. Now what is the topic here? Identify the mistakes and correct them. We are seeing 4 divisions in front of us. Yes, in these divisions there is some mistake. Okay children, these divisions are not correct. So we need to find out those mistakes and correct them. If you look at the first one, 54 divided by 2. What will be our first step? Divide 5 by 2. Yes, 2 2s are 4, correct? And when we subtract, what will be remaining? 1 will be remaining, right? So 1 is not written here, but we have to write the 1. Then after subtracting, we are bringing 4 down, correct? So we are left with 14. Now when does 14 come in 2 table? We have 2 sevens are 14. Yes children, but if you look at the quotient, in the quotient it is written as 2, but what should it be? It should be 7. It's not 22, it's 27. 2 sevens are 14 here, and when we subtract, the remainder will be 0. So what was the mistake done here? Here after subtracting, we did not write the remainder. We forgot to write this one. So we got 22 as our quotient. But what is the correct answer? 27 is the correct quotient. Clear children? So like this, if you make even a tiny mistake, your answer will be wrong. Coming to question B, 96 divided by 3. Now how should we start dividing? From 9, right? 9 should be divided first. But what did we do here? We went with the ones place. Is this correct? No. So let us divide here. 96 divided by 3. First divide 9. We have 3 3s are 9. When we subtract, 0 will be remaining. Yes children. And then bringing our other digit 6 down. So what are we left with now? 6. Now when does 6 come in 3 table? We have 3 2s are 6. So 2 written in the quotient, 6 written below here. And what will be our next step? Subtracting. 6 minus 6 leaves us with 0. So what? See the mistake we have done here. The mistake done in this division is first we took 6 and then we divided 9. But it should be the reverse. First divide 9 and then divide 6. See the wrong quotient is 23, but the correct quotient is 32. Clear children? Next question C. 50 divided by 5. Again, what should we start? From where should we start dividing? From the tens place. 5 divided by 5. We know that 5 ones are 5. So this is correct. And then when we subtract, 0 will be remaining. Then bringing the other digit down, that is 0. Yes. Now what should we do here? We are having 0. Yes, this is not the final remainder. This 0 has been brought down. So children, what should we do? We should divide. We have 5 zeros are 0. Yes, 0 should be written in the quotient and 0 should be written below our brought down 0. So this is the mistake that they have done here. They did not write 0 in the quotient. Now the correct answer for this is 10. 50 divided by 5 is equal to 10. 50 divided by 5 is not equal to 1 children. Remember, it is equal to 10. Okay. So avoid such mistakes. Coming to question D. Yes, coming to what? Coming to question D. 70 divided by 6. Okay. Now what do we have here? Start dividing from 6. Yes, it is correct. Now we have 7 here. In 6 table we have 6 ones are 6 and directly 6 twos are 12. 7 comes in between these two. So which number should we go with? The smaller number, yes. So 6 ones are 6. It is correct. When we subtract, 1 is remaining, yes, and bringing 0 down. So what are we left with? 10. Yes, now we have to look for 10 in the 6th table. Again, 6 ones are 6 and 6 twos are 12. Yes or no children? 10 comes in between these two. Again we should go with the smaller number. 6 ones are 6. So 1 should be written in the quotient, not 0. 6 ones are 6, and when we subtract, 4 is remaining. Understood about the mistakes that we might make while dividing numbers. Okay, so this is how you need to divide. Avoid such mistakes, children. Now coming to multiplication and division problems. What are they? Multiplication and division both are used in a single problem. I thought of a number and multiplied it 5 by 5 to get 65. Find the number that I thought of. Okay, we are having a number and then it was multiplied by 5. We got 65. Yes, we do not know this number. What should we do? If you remember when I said 2 3s are 6, what are these two called as? 2 and 3 are called as our factors. Yes, and what is 6? 6 is our product, children. Now whenever we have only a single product, say we do not know the first number, sorry, we have only a single factor, dash into 3 is equal to 6. Now how to find out this factor? You need to divide the product by our factor. 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. Now 2 will be our other factor. Isn't it right? We are having 2 here. 2 3s are becomes 6. Understood, children? What? See here, dash into 5 is equal to 65. What are we having? One factor and the product. We are having only one factor and the product. We need to find out the other factor. How will we do it? Divide the product by our factor. What is the product? 65 divided by the factor we have is 5. Now 65 divided by 5. First taking 6. We know that 5 ones are 5. When we subtract, 1 will be remaining. Next what? Bring the 5 down. Bring the ones digit down. We know that 5 3s are 15. When we subtract, 0 will be our remainder. So what is our quotient? 13. Now what is this? This is the other factor that we need. That means 13 into 5 is equal to 65, children. Understood? Whenever you are having only one factor and the product is given, but you need to find out the other factor. Okay, that means in multiplication we'll be having two numbers, right? So when you have only one number and we need to find out it, then we need to divide the answer and the factor. Divide the answer with the factor. See, a number multiplied by 5 gives 65, that is dash into 5 is equal to 65. Yes, in other words, the unknown number is 65 divided by 5. Since it is not science, since division is opposite of multiplication. Yes or no? Division is the opposite of multiplication. So that is why if we divide these two numbers, we will get our other factor. Therefore 13 is the unknown number. Yes, 65 divided by 5, we got 13 as our answer. So this 13 becomes our unknown number. If you want, you can verify your answer as well. See, verification. What is this unknown number now? 13. 13 into 5. Let us multiply. 5 3s are 15. 1 carried. 5 ones are 5 plus 1 6. What did we get? 65. Isn't it the same, children? Yes. So in this way, whenever you do such problem, you can even verify your answer easily by multiplying both the factors. Okay. Now coming to the next question. The product of two numbers is 72 and one of them is 6. Find the other number. Now we are having two numbers here. Yes, when we multiply those two, the answer is 72. So two numbers, when we multiply, the answer is 72. One number is 6. Of these two, one number is 6. So we have to find out the other number. Again, what did we learn, children? That we are having one factor missing. Yes, So what should we do? Divide the product by our factor 72 divided by 6. See, it is given that the product of two numbers is 72 and one of them is 6. That is dash into 6 is equal to 72. Thus the unknown number becomes what? 72 divided by 6. Let us divide. We have 7 first, 6 ones are 6. When we subtract, 1 is remaining, bringing the other digit down, that is 2. And when does 12 come in 6 table? 6 2s are 12. Remember to write it in the quotient. 6 2s are 12. Then what should we do, children? Subtract. When we subtract, 0 will be our remainder. Clear? So what is the other number here? 12, the quotient. Okay, always remember in division what is our required answer? Quotient becomes our required answer. So here 12 is our missing number. Yes, we can verify 12 into 6. 6 2s are 12, 1 carried, 6 1s are 6 plus 1 becomes 7. So what is our product? 72. Yes, that is what was given in the question as well. Clear, children? How to use division and multiplication in a single problem. Again, question number C. The product of a number and 4 is same as the product of a number and 4 is same as the product of another number and 7. The product is 84. Find the two unknown numbers. What are they saying? The product of one number and 4, that is dash into 4, is the same as the product of another number and 4, another number and 7, that means dash into 7. And what is that product? 84. Okay, so dash into 4 is equal to 84 and dash into 7 is also equal to 84. Okay, children, in the same question we are given two multiplications here and the two, both their products are same. Yes, so how to find out the other number here? Divide the product with the given number. So for the first number, what would it be? First number would be 84 divided by 4. So how to divide? First taking 8, we know that 4 2s are 8. So this 2 becomes our quotient, 8 will be written here. Next step would be to subtract. 8 minus 8 becomes 0, bringing the ones digit down, that is 4. Now we know that 4 ones are 4. So the 1 will be written in the quotient. This 4, that is the product, will be written here. And what to do now, children? Subtract. Yes. So 4 minus 4 gives us 0 as the remainder. Clear? So what is the answer here? 21. Our quotient is the answer. So 21 becomes our first number. Okay. Now coming to the second number, what would it be? 84 divided by 7. Yes. Now again, taking the first digit 8, we know that 7 ones are 7 and 7 twos are 14. Do we have 8 in the 7th table? No. So what should we do? We should go with the nearest lesser number. Yes, that is 7. 7 ones are 7. So this 1 will be written in the quotient and the 7 will be written below 8. Next step would be to subtract. 8 minus 7 becomes 1. Yes, children. And then bringing the other digit down, that is 4. Now what should we do? Do we have 14 in the 7th table? Yes. 7 twos are 14. So 2 would be written in the quotient and the 14 will be written below here. Next step would be to subtract. When we subtract, 0 is our remainder. So what is the second number here? 12. Our quotient 12 is our second number. So the two unknown numbers are what? 21 and 12. If you want, we can verify as well. Here 21 and 12, right? 21 into 4. 4 ones are 4. 4 twos are 8. That is correct. 84. Next 12 into 7. 7 twos are 14. 4 here, 1 carried. 7 ones are 7 plus 1, 8. Yes, children, even when we verify, we got the correct answers. Clear with this multiplication and division? Yes, I hope this is clear, right? We have done 3 problems here. Now, coming to division by 10. The topic is done. Now, let us move on to division by 10. Okay, children, now division by 10 is very easy actually. Okay, if you carefully observe the division of 2-digit numbers by 10, 20 divided by 10, the quotient is 2, the remainder is 0. 32 divided by 10, the quotient is 3, the remainder is 2. 48 divided by 10, the quotient is 4 and the remainder is 8. Now what are you observing here in this? This is 20, 32, 48. Okay, I have written it big so that you can understand easily. So the first number here became the quotient and the digit in units place became our remainder. See, 3 is our quotient, 2 which is in the ones place is our remainder. 4 is our quotient, 8 which is in the ones place is our remainder. Now what does this mean? Suppose if I give a number 79 divided by 10. Yes, there is no need to divide only. So 7 becomes our quotient, 9 becomes our remainder. That's it, children. Understood? The digit in the ones place becomes our remainder and the remaining digits become our quotient. Be it 1179. 117 becomes our quotient, 9 becomes our remainder. Why only one digit? Because 10 is having 10 in the units place. Where it is it having? 0 in the ones place. So the digit in the ones place becomes our remainder. See. Okay, let us solve the division actually also. 20 divided by 10. Okay, so the 10 is our divisor, 20 is our dividend. Now in 10, if we take only 2, 2 is less than our divisor here. Yes, so we should take both the numbers together. Now when does 20 come in 10 table? 10 2s are 20. So 2 in the quotient, 20 below our dividend. Next step would be what? Subtract. 20 minus 20 gives us 0. So from this 20 what did we get? 2 is our quotient, 0 is our remainder. Yes. Next 32 by 10. 32 divided by 10. Again, if we take only 3 it is less than our divisor. We cannot divide. So taking two digits together. In our 10 table we have 10 3s are 30 and 10 4s are 40. Now 32 comes between here going with the smaller number. 10 3s are. So 3 in the quotient, 30 below our 32. When we subtract, 2 will be our answer. Now we do not have any other digit to bring down and 2 is less than our divisor. So what does 2 become, children? 2 becomes our remainder, 3 becomes our quotient. Yes, from 32, see the 3 is our quotient, the digit in ones place is our remainder. Yes, what did we understand by this? That whenever we divide a number by 10, the digit in the ones place becomes its remainder and the remaining digits become the what? To the left of the ones become its quotient. Okay, see that is what it is written here. When a 2-digit number is divided by 10, then the digit in tens place is the quotient and the digit in units place is the remainder. Yes, children, that is what you have to remember. Here they are talking about a 2-digit number. So that is why they are saying that the digit in tens place becomes the quotient. Just now as I have explained, suppose if you have a very big number, say like this, okay, it is divided by 10. Now what is becomes our remainder? The digit in ones place, that is 8, becomes our remainder and all the remaining numbers become our quotient, children. Clear? So what do we understand from this? That division by 10 is very easy. Now coming to exercise 5.4, write the quotients and remainders without doing the actual division. Okay. Now this, I think a worksheet will be provided for you. to do this. Okay, even though I am explaining it here. 27 divided by 10. What did we learn just now? See, 0 is having, so 10 is having 0 in the ones place. So the digits in the ones place become our remainder. Here 7 is our remainder, 0 is our remainder, 2 is our remainder, and 9 is our remainder. What about the quotient now? The other digits, that is here in this case the digits in tens place become our quotient. 2, 9, 6, 8. Very simple, right children? Hope that yes, if all divisions were this easy, then divisions would have been your favorite. Yes, so the digit in ones place here becomes our remainder and the digit in tens place becomes our quotient. So for 27, so for the number 27, 2 is the quotient, 7 is the remainder, 9 is the quotient, 0 is the remainder. Yes, in this way we have to do it. Now coming to write the missing numbers. Again, what do we have here? Let's make it 9. Okay, yeah, so first question is dash into 4 is equal to 84. Now again, what is this situation here children? One factor is missing. We only have one number and the product. We have to find out the other number. Now how will we find out the other number? What did we learn? Divide the product by the given number. Yes, that is 84 divided by 4. Yes, to find out the other number we have to divide the product by the given number 84 divided by 4. First taking 8, 4 2s are 8. When we subtract 1 will be remaining. Yes children, sorry, when we subtract 0 will be remaining. See, this is, I was about to do a mistake. Yes, so be careful while dividing and subtracting. Now bringing the other digit down, that is 4. We know that 4 ones are 4. So 1 in the quotient, 4 below here. When we subtract, 0 becomes our remainder. So what is the number here? 21. 21 is the number here. Yes, 21 is the number here. Yes. Now I think it won't be divisible by 9. So let us take 6 here. The same question is repeated here children. See, dash into 4 is equal to 84. That is why I am changing the number here. Let us take it as 6. Dash into 6 is equal to 84. Again, one number is given and the product is given. We have to find out the other number. What to do? We'll divide the product by the given number. 84 divided by 6. See. Now taking the first digit. In 6 table we know that 6 ones are 6 and 6 twos are 12. 8 comes in between these two. So what should we do? Go with the smaller number. 6 ones are 6. 1 in the quotient, that to right above our 8. Then 6 below here. When we subtract, 2 will be remaining. Now what should you do children? Bring 4 down. Now you know that 6 fours are 24. Yes, 6 fours are 24. So 4 will be written in the quotient. 24 will be written below here. And when we subtract, 0 becomes our remainder. So what is the number that we want here? Our quotient, 14. So 14 into 6 is equal to 84. Yes, you can even verify by multiplying. Yes children. So I hope you can do question number C and D, right? Yes or no? Yes. Now moving on to write the dividend using the information given below. Yes. So what are we having here? Normally the dividend is missing. The dividend is missing. The divisor, quotient and remainder are given here. Now if you remember division by 10, when we divide 37 by 10, what does the quotient become? 3 becomes our quotient and 7 becomes our remainder. Yes or no? So if I do not give the dividend and I'll give you the quotient and remainder, now how can you write the dividend children? Yes, think of it. Yes, here remainder is what? Yes, see, you compare it with 10. 10 is having 0 in the ones place. So the remainder is also in the ones place. Now remainder is 7. So that goes in the ones place, and the remaining numbers become our quotient. Whatever quotient you are having, simply write before our remainder. So 37 becomes our dividend. Okay. Now suppose if you wrote 73. Okay, suppose if you wrote 73. Now compare from 73, what becomes the quotient? 7 becomes the quotient. But what is given here? 3 is given as the quotient. So that means your answer is wrong. The correct answer is 37. Okay children. Now you will be having only two numbers given here. Write quotient and then write your remainder. Then what? You will get the dividend. Okay. Remember this order. First should be the quotient, then we should write the remainder. So for this, when is this rule to be applied? Only when you are dividing by 10 children. Okay. So whenever you are dividing by 10, what does the dividend becomes? Dividend becomes quotient remainder. When we write both the quotient and remainder side by side, we will get our dividend. Now coming to question 1. What do we have here? Question 1 children. The quotient is 7 and the remainder is 5. Yes, the quotient is 7 and the remainder is 5. The divisor is 10 here. So what does the dividend become? What order did I say? First the quotient and then the remainder. So 7 and then 5. Quotient, remainder, 7 and 5. So 75 becomes our correct answer. Yes, you can check. Now when we are 75 by 10, what does the remainder become? The digit in ones place. So 5 is the remainder, yes. And now here 7 becomes the quotient. Yes, it is correct. Now coming to question B. Quotient is 4, remainder is 9. Now what will our dividend be? Quotient remainder. That is 4 and 9. So 49 divided by 10 will give us 4 as the quotient and 9 as the remainder. Yes. Now coming to question C. Now quotient is 8 and remainder is 0. Again quotient remainder, that is here 8 and then 0. So 80 divided by 10 will give us 8 as the quotient and 0 as the remainder. Yes. Coming to the last question. When divided by 10, quotient is 3 and remainder is 6. Again quotient remainder, 3 first and then 6 in the ones place. So when we divide 36 by 10, 3 will be our quotient and 6 will be our remainder. I hope this was clear children. What did we learn today? We learnt about the common mistakes done in division, and we learnt about multiplication and division problems. We also learnt how to divide using the number 10. Yes, even without actual division, now we can write the quotient and remainder when a number is divided by 10. And with this, we've come to the end of today's